My name is David, and I'm about to tell you the strangest thing that ever happened to me. But first, let me ask you something. Have you ever looked at someone and felt like you knew them from somewhere else? Not from school or church, but from somewhere deeper? That's how I felt about my grandma. And that feeling almost destroyed me. It started on a rainy Thursday evening in Enugu. I was home alone, bored out of my mind, scrolling through my phone when the power went out. Again, NEPA had struck. So I lit a candle and decided to clean up the house before Grandma Nuku came back from the market. That's when I saw it. Her old wooden box was open. I don't know why, maybe she forgot to lock it that morning. Inside were old wrappers, some buttons, a rosary, and then a photograph. I picked it up and my heart stopped. The woman in the picture was the most beautiful person I'd ever seen. She wore coral beads around her neck, the kind only royal families wear. Her eyes were sharp and kind at the same time. Her skin glowed like she had swallowed moonlight. And she was young, maybe 25, my age. "Who is this?" I whispered to the empty room. The front door creaked open. Grandma walked in, carrying a basket of tomatoes on her head. When she saw me holding the photograph, the basket crashed to the floor. Tomatoes rolled everywhere like little red balls. "Where you get that?" Her voice came out strange, high-pitched, scared. "It was in your box, Mama." The box was open. I walked toward her, holding out the picture. "Is this you? When you were young?" Grandma Nuku was bent over like a question mark. Her skin hung loose on her bones. Her eyes were cloudy with cataract. She looked nothing like the woman in the photograph. But something in my chest told me they were connected. She snatched the picture from my hand and pressed it against her chest. Then she started crying. Not the gentle tears old people cry. This was deep, painful sobbing, like something was tearing apart inside her. "Mama, what's wrong?" She collapsed into a chair. I rushed to bring her water. She drank slowly, her hands shaking. Finally, she looked at me with those cloudy eyes and said the words that changed everything. "Sit down, David. I need to tell you something I should have told you long ago." I sat. "That woman in the picture," she began, "is who I used to be, but I am not her anymore." "I don't understand." "Listen well, my son. What I'm about to say will sound crazy, but every word is true." She took a deep breath. 60 years ago, there was a young woman named Nena. She was the daughter of a chief in Onitsha. Beautiful, educated, full of life. She married a man named Oka for your grandfather. When she got pregnant with their first child, she was the happiest woman in the village. I leaned forward. "What happened to her?" "She died giving birth to that child, your father." My stomach dropped. "So you're not?" "Let me finish." Her voice got stronger now, like she was pulling up old memories from a deep well. As Nena lay dying on that mat, bleeding out, she made a prayer. She begged the ancestors, "Please, don't let me leave my baby. Let me stay. Let me see him grow. Let me protect him." The candle flickered. Outside, thunder rolled. The spirits heard her prayer. They offered her a deal. She could stay in the world of the living. She could watch over her son. But there was a price. What price? Grandma stood up. In the candlelight, her shadow looked different, taller, straighter. She had to give up everything. Her youth, her beauty, her memories of who she was, her name, everything. The spirits would turn her into an old woman immediately. She would forget she was ever young. She would only remember one thing: protect this family, love this family, stay with this family until the debt is paid. My mouth went dry. "Are you saying you're Nena?" "I am what's left of her." A tear rolled down her wrinkled cheek. "I am the love she had for her son. That's all that remained after the spirits took everything else." I jumped up from the chair. This is crazy. Mama, this doesn't make sense. Sit down. No, you're telling me you're a spirit? That you've been old for 60 years? That you... Sit down, David. I'd never heard her yell like that. I sat. She walked to the window. Rain was pouring now, drumming on the zinc roof. Why are you telling me this now? I asked quietly. Because you've been seeing me. My blood ran cold. What? For the past few months, you've been having dreams. In those dreams, I'm young. I'm wearing the beads from the photograph. I speak to you in old ego. And when you wake up, you feel something you can't explain. How did she know? It was true. For months now, I'd been having the strangest dreams. In them, Grandma appeared as the woman from the photograph. She would smile at me and call me my heart, in a language I didn't understand but somehow knew. I would wake up sweating, my chest tight, feeling like I'd lost something precious. And during the day, weird things happened. I'd be helping Grandma walk to the bathroom, and for just 1 second, I'd see her differently. Her bent back would straighten, her wrinkled hand would become smooth, her cloudy eyes would clear and shine with intelligence. I thought I was going mad, I whispered. You're not mad, David. You have the sight. The what? Every generation, one person in this family inherits it. The ability to see beyond the normal world, to see spirits, to see the past and present at the same time. Your grandfather had it. Now you have it. I put my head in my hands. This was too much. Too crazy. And there's something else, Grandma said softly. Something harder to explain. What could be harder than finding out my grandmother is a spirit? She came and knelt in front of me, took my hands in hers. The sight comes with a burden, David. When you can see across worlds, you also feel across worlds. You don't just love people in the normal way. You love them bigger, deeper, across time. My heart was pounding now. You've been feeling strange around me, haven't you? Not like a grandson feels about his grandmother. Something different, something that scares you. I pulled my hands away. Stop. You dream about me. You think about me all the time. You compare every girl you meet to me. You feel connected to me in a way that makes no sense. Stop it. I stood up and backed away from her. She was right. God help me, she was right. For months, I'd been carrying this horrible secret, this feeling I couldn't name. This love that felt wrong, but also felt like the most right thing in the world. I'm sick, I said, tears streaming down my face. There's something wrong with me. No, my child, you're not sick. You're saying the truth. You're not in love with an old woman. You're in love with a soul, with the essence of someone who has loved your family across time. Your spirit recognizes my spirit. That's the gift of the sight. It feels like a curse. It is both. We stood there in the candlelight, the rain pouring outside. Finally, I asked the question I was terrified to ask. Why are you telling me all this now? Her face changed, became sad in a way that made my chest hurt. Because in 3 days, I'm leaving. What? My time is up, David. Your father is old now. His children are grown. My debt is paid. The spirits are calling me back. No! I grabbed her shoulders. You can't leave. I won't let you. It's not your choice, my son. Then I'll come with you. Take me with you. She cupped my face with both hands. And in that moment, something incredible happened. She flickered, like a TV with bad signal. For just 1 second, she was young again. The woman from the photograph. Then old again. Then young. Then old. You have to stay here, she said gently. You have to live your life, get married, have children, grow old under the sun. How can I? I was sobbing now, like a child. How can I love anyone else when I see you in everything? When every woman is just a shadow of you? Because that's how the sight works, David. You love big. You love across lifetimes. And one day, your son will turn 25, and he'll start having the same dreams. He'll meet someone, maybe a new guardian, maybe an old soul, and he'll understand. This love doesn't end. It just changes shape. She pressed the photograph into my hands. Keep this. Remember me. But also remember, love is not about holding on. Sometimes, love is about letting go. The next 3 days were the longest of my life. Grandma got weaker. She stayed in bed, barely eating. Neighbors came to visit, bringing food and prayers. But I knew the truth. She wasn't sick. She was leaving. On the third day, I sat beside her bed. The sun was setting, painting the sky orange and purple. The smell of burning leaves drifted through the window. Tell me about her, I said quietly. About Inenna, about who you were before. And she did. With her last bit of strength, she told me everything. About growing up in her father's palace. About learning to read and write when most girls couldn't. About meeting my grandfather at a festival and knowing immediately he was the one. About dancing at the New Yam celebration. About feeling her son kick inside her belly for the first time. I chose well, she whispered, her voice fading. To give it all up, to become bent and old and forgotten, if it meant keeping you all safe, I chose well. The sun touched the horizon. She flickered one last time. And for a beautiful, terrible moment, I saw her true form. Not old, not young, something eternal, made of pure light, pure love. Will I ever see you again? I choked out. Her lips moved, but the sound came from inside my head. In everyone you love truly. In every sacrifice you make. In every moment you choose love over fear. There, my heart, you will find me. Then she was gone. The room felt empty in a way it had never felt before. Like something that had been holding the world together had just disappeared. I kept the photograph, put it on a small altar in my room with candles and kola nuts. For weeks, I couldn't eat, couldn't sleep properly. I walked around like a ghost myself. But slowly, life continued. I met a girl named Ada at a wedding. She had kind eyes and a loud laugh. She didn't mind when I stared into space sometimes, seeing things she couldn't see. We got married, had a son, named him Emmanuel. And on Emmanuel's 25th birthday, he came to me looking scared and confused. Dad, he said, I've been having these strange dreams. I pulled out the old photograph. Sit down, my son, I said. Let me tell you about the woman who taught me that love is not a cage. Love is a door. And sometimes, the bravest thing you can do is walk through it. Even when you know you'll have to say goodbye. Emmanuel listened, cried, understood. And that night, as we sat together in the darkness, I felt her. In the wind rustling the curtains, in the smell of rain coming, in the warmth in my chest when I looked at my son. She had kept her promise. Love doesn't end. It transforms. It echoes. It comes back in new forms, in new people, in new moments. And somewhere, across the veil between worlds, I know she's still watching, still protecting, still loving us the only way a spirit knows how. If you've watched up to this minute, please subscribe and share. Thank you. Bye.